Have you ever noticed in English, almost everything gets described as nice? A nice meal, a nice person, a nice place, a nice day. It's like this one little word is doing the job of about 100 different words, and honestly, that's kind of a problem.
I actually never thought about it until you just said it, but you're right. I probably say nice more times in one day than any other adjective in my entire vocabulary.
Welcome back to Mr. English Today, everyone. And today we're fixing exactly that problem together, one word at a time.
Because here's the thing, nice isn't wrong exactly, it's just really, really vague, and vague words don't help people picture what you're actually talking about.
Right, if I tell you I had a nice dinner last night, you learn almost nothing. Was the food incredible? Was the company wonderful? Was the restaurant beautiful? Nice hides all of that information behind one lazy little word.
So today, we're giving you 9 much richer, much more specific ways to describe things you like, and we're organizing them around 3 areas that come up constantly in daily life: food, places, and people.
And just like always, make sure you stay with us until the very end because we've got a fun little quiz waiting for you, and this time it's going to test not just your memory, but your instinct for which word actually fits which situation.
All right, let's start with food, since honestly, most of us talk about food more than almost anything else in a normal day. Word number 1. Instead of saying a meal is nice, try saying it's delicious.
I feel like delicious is actually already pretty common, but a lot of learners forget to use it naturally and instead they fall back on nice out of habit.
True, so let's build a real sentence around it together. For example, my grandmother made this incredible chicken stew last weekend, and honestly, it was one of the most delicious meals I've had in months. Notice how much more vivid that sounds compared to simply calling it a nice meal.
It really does because delicious immediately tells your listener that the food specifically tasted amazing, rather than just being generally pleasant in some vague, unclear way.
Word number 2, and this one is perfect for really impressive meals. Instead of nice, you can say mouth-watering.
Ooh, I love that word. It literally makes your mouth water just from hearing it, which is honestly such a clever way to describe food.
Exactly. For example, the smell coming from that little bakery on the corner was absolutely mouth-watering. I could barely walk past it without stopping to buy something. That sentence practically makes you hungry just from listening to it.
It really does, and I think that's the whole point. Strong vocabulary doesn't just describe things, it actually makes the listener feel something in the moment.
Word number 3, still on the topic of food, instead of nice, native speakers often say something is flavorful, especially when a dish has a really rich, complex taste.
I really like this word because it feels a little more specific than delicious. It's not just saying something tastes good, it's saying there's a lot happening with the taste itself.
For example, the curry at that new Thai restaurant downtown was incredibly flavorful, with so many different spices coming together in every single bite. You could almost taste the complexity just from that description alone.
Perfect. Now let's move from food into our second category, which is places, because we all talk about locations, cities, restaurants, and rooms constantly in everyday conversation.
Word number 4, instead of saying a place is nice, try saying charming, especially for smaller towns, cozy cafes, or older, more traditional-looking buildings.
I love the word charming. It has this warm, almost romantic feeling attached to it, like the place has its own unique personality.
For example, we stayed in this charming little village in the countryside last summer with narrow cobblestone streets and flowers hanging from every single window. Doesn't that immediately create a picture in your mind?
It absolutely does. I can practically see the flowers and the stone streets just from that one sentence, which is honestly the whole magic of choosing the right word.
Word number 5, and this one works really well for big, impressive locations. Instead of nice, you can say breathtaking.
Ooh, I love this word. It's usually used for views, landscapes, or scenery that genuinely takes your breath away, just like the word suggests.
For example, when we finally reached the top of the mountain, the view was absolutely breathtaking, with clouds sitting below us and mountains stretching out in every direction. That's a completely different feeling than just saying the view was nice.
Completely. Breathtaking carries so much emotional weight. It tells your listener that this wasn't just pleasant, it was genuinely unforgettable and overwhelming in the best possible way.
Before we move into word number 6, let's take a quick break here. And if you've been enjoying these upgraded vocabulary episodes with us, please take just a moment to hit that subscribe button because it genuinely helps our small channel grow week by week.
Yes, please subscribe if this is your first time here with us. And if you already have, thank you so much. It truly means a lot to both of us. All right, now let's continue with our list.
Word number 6, still talking about places. Instead of nice, you might say a place is cozy, especially for smaller, warmer, more comfortable spaces, like homes, cafes, or bedrooms.
I actually use this word constantly, especially when I'm describing my own apartment or a coffee shop that just feels warm and inviting the moment you walk in.
For example, this little coffee shop near my house is so cozy with soft lighting, comfortable chairs, and this constant smell of fresh coffee in the air. You can practically feel yourself sitting there just from that description.
Exactly, and that's such a specific feeling. Cozy is warmth and comfort combined together, which nice could never fully capture on its own.
Now, let's move into our final category, which is people, because describing personalities and character is something we do constantly, whether we're talking about friends, coworkers, or even people we've just met.
Word number 7, instead of saying someone is nice, you can say they're warm-hearted, especially for people who are naturally kind, caring, and generous with their attention.
For example, my neighbor is such a warm-hearted person. She's always checking in on the elderly couple next door and bringing them food whenever she cooks something extra. That sentence tells you so much more about her character than simply saying she's nice.
It really does, because warm-hearted focuses specifically on kindness and genuine care, rather than just general politeness or pleasantness.
Word number 8, and this one is perfect for people who make you laugh constantly. Instead of nice, you can say someone is delightful.
I love this word. It has such a light, joyful feeling attached to it, almost like being around that person is genuinely a pleasure every single time.
For example, my cousin is honestly one of the most delightful people I know. She always has some funny story ready, and she makes even boring family dinners feel entertaining. Doesn't that sound so much more specific and personal than just calling her nice?
Completely. And finally, word number 9, one of my personal favorites for describing people. Instead of saying nice, you can say someone is down to earth.
I really love this expression too. It usually describes someone who is humble, genuine, and easy to talk to without any pretending or acting fake.
For example, even though she's incredibly successful in her career, she's so down to earth. She still remembers everyone's names and asks about their families every single time we meet. That's such a warm, respectful way to describe someone's character.
All right, let's quickly review all 9 words together before we jump into today's quiz.
For food, we have delicious, mouth-watering, and flavorful.
For places, we have charming, breathtaking, and cozy.
And for people, we have warm-hearted, delightful, and down-to-earth.
All right, quiz time. Real people, real situations. Let's see how quickly you can pick the right word.
Question 1. You walk into a small bookshop with soft lamps, comfortable armchairs, and the smell of old paper everywhere.
Take a second to think. That's definitely cozy.
Question 2. Your best friend always tells hilarious stories at parties, and everyone loves being around her energy.
That has to be delightful.
Question 3. You try your grandmother's homemade soup and it has so many different spices working together perfectly.
That's flavorful for sure.
And question 4. You meet a famous actor, but he's so humble, he asks about your life instead of talking about himself the entire time.
That's a perfect example of someone being down to earth.
If you got most of those right, that's genuinely wonderful, because it means you're starting to think in pictures and feelings instead of just memorizing definitions from a list.
And that's really the goal behind every single episode here on Mr. English Today. We're not trying to make you sound like a dictionary, we're trying to help you sound like a real, expressive, natural English speaker.
So today, try picking just 2 or 3 of these words, maybe one for food, one for a place, and one for a person, and actually use them in a real sentence out loud, even if you're completely alone in your room.
The more you practice saying these words naturally, the faster your brain starts reaching for them automatically instead of defaulting back to plain old nice every single time.
Before we finish up today, if this episode helped you even a little bit, please take a moment to hit that subscribe button. It truly makes a difference for a small, growing channel like ours.
And if there's a specific topic or vocabulary theme you'd love us to cover in a future episode, leave it in the comments below. We genuinely read every single one, and many of our best ideas come directly from all of you.
All right, that brings us to the end of today's episode.
So next time you're about to describe something as simply nice, pause for just a second.
And reach for one of these 9 much richer, much more expressive words instead.
Thank you so much for spending this time learning with us today.
We'll see you in the next episode. Take care and bye for now.